This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complications.
Welcome back to Boomer Life. We're talking seniors, retirement living, and clearly moving is a part of the theme for today. And we're lucky enough to have a downsizing expert in studio with us. Ann McKenzie from Estate Property Service has joined Jillian Fullerton and I for this episode of Boomer Life. And we're talking about seniors, retirement living. And Jillian, of course, is a team member at Shannon Oaks Seniors
That's
Community
right.
here in Vancouver. We know there's a big downsizing seminar coming up next Wednesday at 11:30 with Ann making the presentation. Jillian will be there. We'll give you her phone number one more time before we finish if you'd like to attend next Wednesday's event, and stick around for lunch. Jillian, we were talking about the earlier in the program, we were talking about downsizing and Ann's experience with all of these different peoples, and we just learned during the break, Ann was talking about another client who moved into a one-bedroom seniors community from a 5-bedroom big old house on the west side of town. So, you know, downsizing can be done from any size to any size.
Yes.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it, Ann? Everybody can downsize.
That's right. It can be done if you're well organized.
Yeah, and this person came to me and said, "Thank you so much for recommending Ann to me. I couldn't have done it without her."
Okay.
Yeah, he was so appreciative.
That was a great testimonial.
Yeah, it was.
Great testimonial.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we moved the gentleman and his wife first, got them nicely settled in, and then we went into his home and did what we needed to do and got it ready to go on the market. And we had, I think it's a 4,000 square foot house. We moved the gentleman 1 week, and 5 working days later, we had the house emptied and cleaned and ready to go on the market.
My goodness.
We send our crew in, and we just do the work that needs to be done.
That's an interesting point, though, that they had moved out of their home into Shannon Oaks prior to putting the house for sale on the market. And Jillian has spoken to us in the past about that, perhaps as a security measure for some people who are still on the bubble as to whether this lifestyle is going to work for me or not. And you want me to sell my house and move off into some place I've never even heard of before? What do you think I am, crazy? And Jillian says, well, no, we don't think you're crazy at all. We think you're a little anxious.
Yes.
And so to relieve some of that anxiety, don't put your house on the market right away.
Yeah.
Try it out. Move in.
It's a month-to-month residency. So you're renting your apartment month to month. So if you try it for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months and say, it's not for me.
Right.
I'm going back to my house. That's fine.
Right.
You've given it a chance.
Sure.
You've given it a try. I can almost guarantee you that you will love it.
I was just going to say,
we will embrace you.
I never have that happen.
Yes,
I never have clients.
Well, no, but it relieves your mind.
but
You
it
know that's an out.
allows you the luxury of going, well, if it doesn't work out, I've still got plan B. I've still got my house, and
right.
I'm okay with that.
That's right.
And for some people, that may be the peace of mind differential, Ann,
That's
that
right.
gets the move made in the first place.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
not signing a year lease or 5-year lease or anything. You're signing a month-to-month.
Now, is that typical, or is Shannon Oaks
Usually.
different in that regard?
No, that's usually typical. That's
Okay.
usually typical, yeah. Unless you buy a condominium sort of thing, which is a huge investment. That's something else. At Shannon Oaks, it's a month-to-month. So
Right.
you move in 1 month, and you can move out 4 months later if you choose.
Have you ever had, and you've been at this a long time, have you ever had, because Ann kind of rolled her eyes and went, yeah, like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anyone come into a retirement community and go, well, you know, this really isn't my cup of tea, and leave?
No, I haven't, but
See,
I have
I'm not
had,
surprised by that.
I have had a person move into retirement community, and as things progressed, they had to move into care.
Well,
they had to
that's
move further
okay.
along. Yeah.
But then that's
the only reason.
That's aging
Yes.
in place,
That's
isn't it?
right.
That's being in an environment whereby if an additional element of care is required,
Yes,
it's there
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
by picking up a telephone.
And that's why I say don't wait too long. You want to be there for a number of years, enjoying all the independent living activities you can have, enjoying the camaraderie with like-minded folk who have lived through the same segment of history that you have.
Right.
You know, you can share so many things, make new friends, do wonderful activities that you never did, learn new things. Learn new things.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
And one of the things that we really do need to re-emphasize at this point, there are actually two. The downsizing seminar we'll save to the very end, but the trial stay is really important. Make sure you, and don't just show up. I mean, by all means, take a tour.
Yeah.
Enjoy a meal.
Yeah.
And if that sort of flips your switch, don't let that be the deciding thing, the deciding experience.
That's right.
Go for more.
Come for a trial stay. Then you really get a sense of what it's like. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get an array of activities.
Sure.
You get to meet the people.
Right.
And the people are essential. It's your community. I don't call it aging in place. I call it aging in community.
All right.
Because it is community. You are living in a wonderful community of caring, compassionate people, not only the staff, but your fellow residents. When you do a tour, go up to a resident and say, how long have you lived here?
Right. And
what do you think about it?
right.
And they will be, let me tell you.
Not the least bit shy,
No,
are
they will tell you. They will tell you. And I don't care what resident you go to. Just go up and ask them.
But it could all begin next Wednesday morning at 11:30, Anne, with you presiding over a downsizing seminar at Shannon Oaks. And should that be the case, if this is somewhat appealing to you, let me give you Jillian's phone number one more time, 604-326-5139. And if that was just too darn fast, let me give you ShannonOaks.com. Jillian's phone number and all the contact points, email address, a map to the place. It's all on the website, ShannonOaksOneWord.com.
Thank you.
All right. So Wednesday at 11:30, you're going to be busy, Anne. I hope you have a big crowd.
We are. Thank you so much.
Pleasure to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
And that's right.
That's
Make sure that if you're going to go to the downsizing seminar, just allow a little extra time, enjoy the food, and take a tour. Give yourself the advantage of at least the full experience, a full-on Shannon Oaks hour or two.
Great.
Jillian, we'll see you again soon.
Yes.
And thank you for coming by. It's always a pleasure to have you pop in.
Thank you very much.
I'm
nice
Sterling Fox, and we'll see you next time right here on Boomer Life.